Good kill, good kill.
Hey, good kill.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is nighttime. We are in a flanker, and as you can see, there's some rainstorms all around, and there'll probably be some lightning here and there. But we are here at nighttime again. This creates a situation where situational awareness becomes key. That's why we have the data link here. We're fighting an F-15, which is a worthy opponent for a flanker. Let me just take this moment to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. I think we're at 536,000 subscribers at this point, so absolutely incredible. Thank you to all of you. In today's video, we're gonna be very careful about the MAR, or the minimum abort range. If you're wondering what the MAR is, it's a minimum distance between your aircraft and the bandit where you must abort to avoid being hit by the bandit's missile. If you're inside the MAR, the only way to survive is to decoy the bandit's missile. That's with a countermeasure, chaff, something like that. We're actually being locked here. And the other thing worth noting about the MAR is that it depends, like the MAR changes based on altitude, the type of missile being fired at you, technically speed matters, the initial launch speed. All of these factors affect the range of a missile, right? Especially altitude. Altitude is probably the biggest one. So your MAR at 30,000 feet is 30 miles, and on the ground, it's actually 10 miles. That's all due to air density and all that kind of stuff. And that's why it's so important that you know the MARs and they're memorized in your head, because then you know at what ranges you need to turn around and run so that the other guy's missiles don't hit you right in the face. Alright, so we've climbed up here. I'm going to shoot a Fox 3 here. There we go. R77-1. And we're going to provide guidance to that missile for as long as possible by going into the crank. If you're confused about what a crank is, to crank is a maneuver beyond the effective range of a missile. It implies the illumination of the bandit at radar gimbal limits, and beyond visual range, of course. And that's what we're doing now. So we are maneuvering. We're making his missile turn as we decrease our altitude, but you can see we're still holding a lock on him the entire time, which means we are providing guidance to that missile we shot. So we're defending, but also offensive at the same time here. I'm going to start going cold, because that's enough, and I'm a little bit scared of that AMRAAM that's probably coming in. That is an F-15 at the end of the day. You don't want to underestimate that guy. If you're confused about any of these subject matters like cranks and MARs and things like that, I'll have a video in the pinned comment below. It's like a basics video. It'll explain all these things to you, especially if you're new to the channel. This is your first time hearing that kind of stuff. We're going to recommit vertically here because we're so fast. One of the beautiful things about the flanker is its ability to get fast. Despite the size of this thing, the flanker is actually a very large aircraft in comparison to other fighters. Okay, we are recommitted. And looking for him. There we go. Got him on radar here. Sorry, I got him on data link, I should say. Yeah, he's turning in. Here he is on radar. And he's a little bit outside of my range. He's locking me though. So he's putting me into a single target track. A single target track is more reliable than a Twiz track, TWS, track while scan, right? And people say, oh, well, if you do a single target track, then the other guy knows he has a missile being launched at him. He should know that anyway. If he's worth anything, he's going to assume that a missile was fired at him. Just going into single target track gives you a better track on him. Just a more reliable lock, essentially. Okay, Fox 3, and we'll defend here. And honestly, if you have the ranges right, it doesn't matter if he knows there's a missile coming. Like, if he's in the MAR, it doesn't matter if he knows a missile was launched, right? He's still going to die, for example. We're holding the crank here. reducing our altitude. You can see all the rain coming from those clouds. It's very cool. A little bit of lightning. Oh, missile pipple on us, so we're gonna break cold here. I would say that one of the only disadvantages of using TWS track is that you're locked on one target. You can't tell if there's other guys rushing you. So it kind of hurts your situational awareness. But other than that, it's probably the ideal way to do it. But that's why you have data link, right? So. But you know, you don't want to be overly dependent on data link and AWACS. You should still be able to use your own radar, of course. Signal strength is not that good, so that missile's probably not going to hit me, so I'm going to recommit vertically. This is one of the very nice things about the Russian fighters, is that you get a signal strength for the radiation source, which is, in this case, the missile. So you can actually tell how far the missile is, which really allows you to recommit quickly if needed, which is very important in these BVR fights. He who recommits faster and faster every time will probably become, you know, offensive on the other guy and kill him easier, essentially. Okay, Fox 3 again, defending. Keep in mind that the objective here is not necessarily to kill the other guy, especially in real life. Oftentimes you don't have to kill him. You just have to deny this airspace to him, right? So let's say there's some sort of ground operation going on here. I don't have to kill that F-15. I just have to push him far enough away so my guys on the ground can do their thing. Just denying the airspace is good enough. If he dies, that's even better. You know, if you can hit him with a missile and kill him, great. That's fantastic. Okay, we're off cold here as his missile closes in behind me here. The reason I bring that up is because I think a lot of people think that during a BVR engagement, even in real life, somebody has to die, right? And that's just not the case. Especially dogfighting, I think both guys would rather avoid a dogfight if possible. Recommitting vertically here. Dogfights, you know, you go in, you make a quick little mistake, even a small one, and boom, you're dead, right? Got him locked here. If you can keep it in BVR, that's the ideal scenario, because then you can, you know, modulate the MAR. You can be very careful with that, and you know, both guys could shoot their missiles and then go home. The pilot is far more valuable to a country alive than dead. Fox 3. Both me and this F-15 are recommitting almost at the same time and shooting at almost the same time, which means, you know, our timelines are like matched, which is quite interesting. I'm firing the R77-1, which is the equivalent to the AMRAAM Charlie-5 that he's shooting, and so our performances are very similar. So margins are very narrow for recommits, and we're both doing it at the exact same time and shooting at the same time, which means this is a very tight fight, and someone's going to have to do something a little sneaky to win. But yeah, consider the fact that your country spends millions and millions of dollars training these pilots, and they don't want you to go into a dogfight and get killed over a minor mistake, you know, and lose the aircraft and all that, and the pilot. You know, this is a catastrophic loss to the country. They would rather you BVR fight the guy, waste missiles, waste 8 missiles. It's nothing compared to the price of the pilot and the aircraft. You know, just push the guy away, deny the airspace. Okay, here we go. I'm going to get inside the MAR a little bit here, get a little bit more risky. Fox 3, and we'll defend. So here's the plan. On my next recommit, I'm going to recommit high. And by recommitting high, what I'm going to do is create a situation where my MAR is going to be greater than his. As you can see, I'm already pretty high here. But my MAR, and I'm hoping that I can get higher than him, of course, right? If not, then we're still even, and things will be the same. I have 177 remaining, I believe, as we defend here, and then I have 2 ETs, so after this I'll have to get sneaky with him. Try to hit him with a long-range Fox 2 when he's not paying attention. But if I can get higher altitude, I can have a greater MAR, because my missile will be fired in less dense air, and it'll have maybe a greater range, and it can find him. If I can get higher altitude than him, I'm going to have an advantage. And we're already pretty close here, so I'm going to recommit, and we're going to start climbing here. A little bit of a risky move, because, you know, you can hear his missile. I'm trying to recommit faster than him. Look at this, he recommitted again at the exact same time. He's very good, but here's the thing. Datalink says his altitude is pretty low, so that's wonderful. I'm pushing the scan zone down. There he is. Got him. Locked. And I'm 7,000 meters, which is like 23,000 feet. Fox 3, there it goes. That's it. I have a good feeling about that one because I got so high. I'm at like 24,000 feet here, and he's still pretty low. And then I'm going to dive back down, which is going to reduce the range of his missile further. So I'm basically safe from anything he shoots at me. But he will probably die to that R77-1 I fired at him. The other advantage of going high, you can see we're over like some mountainous areas here. If you go super high and he tries to terrain mask into a valley or something, the missile will still see him because it'll come top down. It'll be able to go into those little valleys and find him and kill him in there. I don't see a splash. You can hear the beeping is gone, so his missile has been defeated. Lots of rain off in the distance there. His missile is still coming over here. If it hasn't hit me by now, it's not going to hit me. Datalink says he's supposed to be over there somewhere, but he's not moving on Datalink, which tells me he's probably gone. But I don't see the crash site, unfortunately. This is another thing that happens, I'm sure, in modern combat, because you're fighting in beyond visual range. I'm sure you almost never get to see your crash site. Oh. Look at this, we got something in the fort. Yeah, that looks like a crash site. Got a little fire off in the forest there. That's either a guy with a very large campsite, or that's a crashed F-15. So there you go, good kill. Alright. Splash 1 F-15.